Thanks for joining here. This first story here is from International Business Times. It is written by Nirmal Narayanan, and it is Jellyfish UFO in Mexican skies. And then it says suspects believe the presence of living alien beings in the sky. Now, I've actually heard this before. There's actually a few documentaries. I'm pretty sure they're on Amazon Prime that you can watch. And they discuss some of the UFOs that are actually in South America and how it's believed that perhaps they're not exactly alien craft, that they're actually living organisms that live in the atmosphere or just in the sky in general. Really, really interesting documentary. So it's a possibility, of course. I mean, we don't know. I mean, there's so many things we don't know. But anyway. So here's an image of the actual UFO, which they call the Jellyfish UFO. There's not too much about it. It did appear on March 1st, and it appeared in the skies over Mexico. It was hovering in broad daylight. The UFO can be seen flying at a very high altitude, and at times can be seen emitting light from its body. So here you go, it was sighted on March 1st, and I will get to the video, which I do believe is your interest. It will zoom in, so you get a far better view of the object. Or, I mean, living thing for that matter. That was the first part of the video. Yeah, it's a little more focus. But it does look like it has lights. It looks like it's emitting lights in the daylight. Let's see, it's probably so far up there, it's kind of hard to... Yeah, see, it's hard to stabilize his phone or whatever he's using. Yeah, he's doing pretty well, though. Probably need a tripod. So yeah, it looks like it's moving, and you can see kind of look like the top was moving, and now like the middle or the bottom, like the lights are brighter or move. Let's see, like it's moving. It's the oddest little thing, man. Weird little tentacles or lines or what it is. Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, I would recommend if that interests you, the whole idea that if you've never heard of that, for example, I mean, if you have, then you're not going to be. But if you're interested in the idea, I'm pretty sure they're on Amazon Prime at least. And they're about the South American UFO sightings, and then some of the video is amazing too. So if you've never seen some of the video for the South American UFOs, just crazy stuff. I mean, it's not like a stationary object that blinks or moves around just a little bit. There's tons of little things, and the sky is full. It's amazing. So I would recommend that if you're interested. But otherwise, thank you. All right, this next one here is from 99.5 WKDQ, and it is written by Leslie Morgan. This radio station actually quite often discusses UFOs, but here it is. EPD officers saw possible UFO seen by others in Evansville and Louisville. So there are 3 videos, and they're all basically showing a very similar event that occurred in this tri-state area. Also, they do point out that there are 3 military facilities or installations in this area as well. You have Fort Campbell, Fort Knox, and Crane. And the belief is perhaps there could have been some involvement, or it was some kind of, obviously military doing tests is one of their views. But of course, as of right now, nothing has been confirmed. So these are considered to be UFOs. So I will show you these videos. I'll try to...
What are those lights?
There you go. Oh, wait, look at that.
What are those, man? They gotta be.
Like they're staying in place.
There you go.
They gotta be drones.
Real
Why are they in a line?
Christmas light,
At least it's Kentucky.
kind of
What
guys there.
That's freaking creepy. Well,
Huh. Unfortunately, yeah, it's a very short video. You're looking at about, I'll show you again. It's only about 25 seconds.
what are those lights?
It's not really
What
too
are those, man?
readable. It's very much in the distance
drones.
there is what you're looking for.
Why are they in a line?
There's like 10 of them.
At least it's
There you go.
Kentucky.
Just kind of blinking in the distance. A whole bunch of little guys.
That's
Okay.
freaking creepy. Well,
Alright, there we go, about 25 seconds in. And so you have these other two that I'll show you as well. Let's see, where are we going here? All the way up here. This is, I'm unfortunately not, here, let me biggie size this. Unfortunately, I'm not even seeing this. And yeah, they're referencing these lights down here. Because there's nothing else, I can't see anything else. They must be referencing maybe these lower lights down here blinking. Because that's the only thing I see as well, unless somebody sees something different. I'm seeing these little lights down here. Near the middle of the, lower middle of the screen. So yeah, well that is very much, something you can't tell. Yeah, unfortunately, this looks like the video quality is pretty bad as well. Unfortunately, shame. But and we have one more, and I will biggie size this for you as well. There we go. Oh yeah, wow! Look, these look a lot brighter than that previous video. And then even in the first one, look at that, very bright. Wow, that first video didn't make them look that bright. They made them look in the distance and barely visible. Wow. Okay, that's very interesting. It's very interesting. Yeah, that's really all the information. I mean, this goes into previous encounters and previous information from the area, and I don't think, I mean, that would make this video a tad bit longer, but yeah, that was very interesting. This video here made it seem as if it was very hard to see in the very far off or barely a twinkling light, yet this third video really made it to seem as if it was very bright. Very interesting. Very interesting. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed those. Thank you. All right, this next one here is from the Staffordshire Live, and it is written by Helen Kreft. And it is Watch the Moment Ghost Appears at Seance in Burton. Now, the title itself, I think, is a little boombastic. And I'll explain it to you after the video here. So tell me what you see, or I'll tell you afterwards what the situation is. So of course this man is performing a seance. He is trying to, in the article it claims, he's trying to invoke a spirit to contact him, and he does say specifically actually through the candle. So what you're really looking for here is the article is about how if you watch it, the candle starts out fairly small, and then as it begins to communicate, it brightens significantly and grows significantly. And it does that for a little bit, and then it will slowly reduce in size until finally it almost pops, I guess would be a good way to put it. You'll see it like pop. There you go. And then it just goes back to a very small, probably even smaller than it initially began with, and you see some puffs of smoke there. So that's what occurs in the video. So if you want to say that's the ghost appearing, or evidence of contact, or a ghost manipulating the flame, it's whatever you want. I think saying that a ghost appears, because maybe it's just the way I think of like seeing something like a face or whatnot. But anyway, the basic story is that he does these seances like on Facebook or whatnot. His name's Mr. Thomas, which I'm assuming he doesn't want to give his first name, of course. He's 34, and he does this quite often, apparently, where he does seances in his home to speak to spirits or draw spirits in. And of course, he then goes into how the candle invites the spirit through light and into the darkness. And in the video, my candle was next to the mirror, and then the candle exploded, and the spirit box used to recall sound began growling. I don't think I read that part. I was having a talk with my friends, and we were halfway through the video when it happened. My house is not haunted. It is just a terrace in Burton, and there is no sign of residual hauntings. Now, I don't know your personal views, dear listener, but the idea of invoking spirits and wishing for them, no matter who they are. I mean, you could be a stranger of a person trying to get people to come into your house, may not be the best thing to do. I'm not trying to give you life advice, but just my own personal opinion. It may be, I mean, if you're looking for evidence, there you go. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just a little hesitant on inviting something you don't know into your house that you don't know what is, or something along those lines. So sorry, just a little bit of me talking there. Thank you. So this one's probably a little bit random, but the title was interesting, and you never know. So this one's from Erie News Now, and it is loud, mysterious machine hum sounds concerned East Erie residents. And basically, there's this loud hum that they're continuously hearing in this area. And that's what they say. It just sounds, one of the descriptions is just a loud, constant, just a hum, but apparently it's gone on for so long that it's actually, people are getting fairly upset. They do say in the article that they do believe it is coming from a manufacturing plant. That's what they say, on E 12th Street, which if you live in that area, then that would be, you'd know that. So apparently it's very upsetting to people just because it's a continuous, constant sound. You have to go apparently blocks away for it to even to go away from you. So it's like a drip torture. I assume that's kind of what it's like. They filed complaints because, of course, the idea is that it's coming from this manufacturing building, and they've also contacted the Department of Environmental Protection and filed complaints with them because apparently the sound is making their little neighborhood completely miserable, because it's keeping people up at night and waking people up and so on and so forth. I mean, you could imagine someone humming in your ear continuously. Like, initially it wouldn't be so bad, but a day later or 2 days later, you're going to you'll probably lose your mind. But I always like this, a little mystery. These stories are reported occasionally with hums or weird sounds happening in regions. This also goes with the big booms that occur from time to time. So I just thought it was an interesting thing to bring up. So this last video here, I'm putting in here because I've seen this everywhere. I've come across this article or a variation of this article and I've seen this image plastered everywhere. But this is from Dread Central. It is by Josh Millican, and it's Ghost Ship. Photo shows giant tanker floating above the ocean. Now, of course, the site is incredibly interesting, like Luke's speeder from the first Star Wars. That's what it reminds me of. Just the shape of it kind of reminds me of that. But, so this is the explanation that has been given right now. It is, the floating tanker is actually a superior mirage, a phenomenon common in Arctic regions that can sometimes occur in England during the winter months. It's caused by a specific atmospheric condition called temperature inversion, where cold air gathers on the ocean with warm air above it. The result? Light bends, making objects appear closer than they actually are, and in some cases, objects that are below the horizon can be seen as a superior mirage. So there you go. That's pretty much what's been given right now. What do you think? What is your views on this? Do you think it's just an optical illusion, no big deal, or do you think there's more to it? Very curious to know. Thank you.